Welcome to session number 4 of Mat Yoga around the Broam home. Today we're on the side of our house in between Scott's boathouse and the garage. It's kind of a different part of our backyard. Session 1 we did a little bit that way, and session 2 we did a little bit that way. So we're right in the middle of those two areas around the Broam home, and today we're thinking about clearing out the clutter, and we're thinking about detoxifying, or Yoga with Adrian refers to this process as a yoga wash. So what is it that is not serving you well that you don't need to hold on to? That's what we want to think about today. And we want to think about that as in stuff, but we also want to think about that as in stuff. What are those thoughts? What are those feelings or habits or those places where you put your energy that you don't need to do it anymore because you've got more important things to do as the child of God that you are? So I always think about this process as kind of like eating an elephant, and how you have to eat the elephant just one bite at a time. And maybe that little bite that you take today is doing this yoga practice together with me and other of our Pisgah yogi friends, or other folks that are just yoga enthusiasts, or those that are brand new to yoga, right? Those who are out there that are ready to have some fun with yoga. We've talked about this topic before, and some of you remember I've introduced lots of books about this good idea, and some of these books I have read cover to cover, and some of these books I haven't even picked them up yet. So these two books are my faves, and I would like to share those with you, because if you are overwhelmed or disorganized or living in chaos, or you really do need some help getting a handle on the cleaning up process physically as well as mentally, these are great places to start. Sync Reflections by the Fly Lady, Marla Silly. And she has a great website and social media accounts that are great to follow for little tiny tips on what to do. But her Sync Reflection books reminds us about this idea about the elephant, just one bite at a time, one small thing. And she talks about clearing the sink. If you can clear the sink, if you get up, get dressed, and get going and clear the sink, that's the way you get started. And then you go on to do whatever it is that's next. Marie Kondo's book, a lot of you have heard of this, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, is all about that decluttering process. And if it doesn't spark joy for you, you don't need it. All this paperwork that we hold on to was not necessary. So many things can be found online, and she goes through that whole process of how to work through your clothing and everything. So good resources if you'd like to explore off the mat in a different way. The pandemic has given us a chance to hit this head on. Some of us have been decluttering since March, and some of us are still going at it, and some of us have moved on to other projects. But Scott has had a great success of decluttering and then making a little money. In fact, he's got enough cash saved up now. I think he's going to buy him a new camera. So what is it that you are holding on to that you need to let go that makes space for that camera, right? What is it that you want to do next that you need to let go of the energies that you're misappropriating by holding on? How do you let it go? Well, you start off with this detoxifying idea, this getting rid of what you don't need. And so today's practice incorporates lots of twists. And as I mentioned before, I got some of these good ideas from Yoga with Adrian. If you've never explored her channel on YouTube, go for it. She is great to know about. But we'll start off with the deep breath. So sitting up nice and tall, breathing in and breathing out. That is your first way to get started on anything, right? Breath in and breath out. And we'll work our arms today. So bring your arms together in Namaste hands. And on the breath in, extend the hands, interlaced fingers away from you. And then reach them up and out and over, and twinkle your fingers down till you can meet them back in Namaste. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in and breath out. This time take a hand up over a shoulder and work a side body stretch. And then reach both hands high, extending. You have mountain in your body right now as your sits bones connect to the earth. Your shoulders relax, those shoulder blades roll down the spine, and you reach high. And then reach up and over to the opposite side. Reach high again, and this time reach out and over the crisscross legs. And reach high, and then recross your legs so that you can feel a different sensation as you stretch over the crossed legs. Continue to breathe. Walk yourself back up, take a shoulder and ear towards one another. I picked this particular location in our house and yard because this particular spot behind me, Scott recently cleared the clutter. It had a lot more green and plants and weeds, and he did some decluttering not too long ago. Check the other neck stretch, other side. Shoulder to ear, remembering that if you want more, you can always add the extended arm and hand. And I sure appreciate help in the yard. You may can hear the lawnmower going in the background. That's Pop. He's got his John Deere lawnmower out today working it. We appreciate that. All right, we'll make our way to the top of the mat. Hands and knees rather, facing the top of your mat, and roll through for your cow and your cat. Again, working our back 2 more different ways here, a forward bend and a back bend. We've already done the 2 side stretches, and we've also done an extension. And so what we'll need to do next is some twists. And so we've got lots of those because those are helping with the declutter, the detoxifying process in the body. It helps us do what we need to do to throw out the trash that's in life. All right, make your way to down dog. Big deep breath. Breath in, breath out. Make it loud and proud. I got my proud as a peacock earrings on today. Breathing in, breathing out. Take one leg long behind you and then bring it up in between the hands, or place it there as best you can. And then lower the back knee and reach the hands high for a low crescent. Breath in, breath out. Relax the shoulders, smile on your face. You can do hard things. Yesterday's story time with Miss Broam was about peacocks, so the earrings are left over from that fun. We talked about how the Aesop's fable about peacocks and how they are vain, one of those beautiful feathers, and then the consequence was the loss of the ability to fly. All right. Namaste hands, elbow to knee, twist into the low crescent. And then grow tall. Arms, hands frame your foot. And then bring your feet back together and find that down dog again. Breath in, breath out. Pedal the feet, warming up the body. Big breath in, big breath out. One more time. Whatever movement your down dog is calling for, you go ahead and make it happen. All right, extend the opposite leg long, three-legged dog, and then make your way where you find that crescent lunge, low crescent on the opposite side. Inhale, be strong in the tummy as you reach high, relax the shoulders, smile on your face. The second story in the peacock story time was called Limelight Larry, and it was about a peacock that wanted the storybook all to himself, and he did not like the other animals taking up any space on any of the pages of the book until he was all alone, and then he was a little scared and he missed others, and so Limelight Larry learned it was best to share the limelight, best to have some friends around. And then the final story was called Three Hens and a Peacock, and that was a great story of a peacock who ends up falling out the back of a truck and landing on a farm. All right, hands to the chest, elbow to the knee, twist into this side. Welcome the wobble as you get stronger. And again, these are first of many twists today. Keep breathing. Frame the foot with your hands, toes together for another down dog. Any movement that your dog needs, wiggle and stretch. All right, stretch the opposite leg long. We'll go back to that first side. Stretch the leg forward. This time keep the lunge high, and then hand by the foot and twist into that opposite side, reaching high. The hand that's high comes low, and you reach the foot back out to plank, and then rock through your dog and your plank, and your dog and your plank, and one more time, your dog and your plank, and then meet back in dog. Extend the tail of the dog, the three-legged dog, and reach forward again. We're going to do the higher lunge this time, setting up to twist in this direction. So when the peacock arrives at the farm, he shows off, and when he shows off, all the folks that are driving by stop to see the peacock, take pictures, and they buy produce and eggs from the farm. So the farmers are kind of happy about the peacock. Everybody really is, except the hens. The hens think the peacock's a show off and that he doesn't do any work. They're doing all the work, they're laying all the eggs, and instead the dog says, well, how about y'all make a trade? So for a day, the chickens decide they'll go down to the road and show off, and the peacock, he can go into the hen house and lay eggs. Well, he has trouble fitting into the hen house, much less making any eggs when he gets there. And the hens have quite a time, even though they're all dolled up. They're gussied up and looking good. They can't stop a single car. And it's through that process they realize that Fancy Feathers is really working harder than they thought. So yay for appreciating what other people are up to, and that we all have to do what we're designed to do well. It takes everybody's efforts to make things happen. All right, reach back down, find the plank, and roll through the down dog. And the plank, breath in, breath out as you work it. And one more more set. And then walk your feet to your hands. And since we're thinking about elephants and eating one bite at a time, do an elephant trunk here and roll side to side in that forward fold. Alright, let both arms dangle. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach for the ground. Inhale, arms up high to the sky. Thumbs to your heart. And hands down by your side. Now, if you can't see, it's a hot day here for me, and so that sweat, that's a part of that detoxifying or that getting rid of process, right? You want to fill back up with good water after you work hard in a hot day, right? And that's the idea. We throw out what we don't need, all right, serves its purpose, and then we fill up with the good stuff. So let's fill up with some sunshine now. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, reach for the ground. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach back down. Walk back and find your first plank. Lower down to the mat best way you can. Find a back bend. Roll through a down dog. And then walk feet to hands. And the hands to feet. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach for the ground. Inhale, arms out high to the sky. Thumbs to your heart. And hands down by your side. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, reach for the ground. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach back down. Walk back and find your plank. Lower down to the ground. Work your back bend. Roll into your down dog. Walk your feet to your hands and your hands to your feet. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach for the ground. And inhale, arms out high to the sky and thumbs to your heart. And feel that mountain. Before we do our third, moving like the sun sequence, feel that mountain, how strong it is. You're connected to the ground. You have a uncluttered, energetic line from head to toe here, right? No kinks, no knots. Good stuff. A mountain is in itself a way to declutter, just to hold the mountain strong and solid and stable. All right, here we go. Last one, the sun, the sun. I say thank you for the sun. I open my heart to everyone. The sun rises and the sun sets. The whole world in my heart rests. Again I arise, ready to live, happy to be, and happy to give. The sun, the sun. I say thank you for the sun. And I open my heart to everyone. All right, we are nice and warm now, so let's do a chest expansion. So interlace the fingers behind the back. If the hands won't reach, if your shoulders are tight, and it helps to hold on to the bathrobe, the tie to the bathrobe, or the tie or a rope, or whatever you may have that can give you space. But if your arms will reach, then go ahead and reach them. Roll the shoulders up and back and down, and then fold the body and let the fingers reach towards the sky. Nice and tall back up, and we'll find our warrior one. Belly button reaches to the short side of the mat. Toes are reaching in the same direction as we bend the forward leg and extend the back leg. Elbow creases reach for the ears, and maybe even bend those elbows, pinkies towards one another to get good space. Warrior one, we're strong. We can do hard things. We can do the cleanup process. One pile, one piece of mail, one thought, one idea at a time. Just work through that one item, and then you can do the next item. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. I find myself often overwhelmed, and when I'm overwhelmed, I do nothing. Make no progress towards the larger goal. All right, from here, we will prayer hand again. We'll do the twist. Again, knee to elbow to knee, and keep breathing. your hands high. Warrior one. And now humble your warrior by reaching hands back and leaning out over that forward knee. Bowing down. Lift your warrior high. Warrior one, feet together, arms by your side, and breathe your wings up. And exhale down. And breathe your wings up. And exhale down. You may feel more like that hen. That's the one that's laying the eggs. You may feel more like the peacock who's out there looking good. But whatever you're doing, you're helping in the way you're designed to do. So we've got to clean up so that we can get her done, right? The clutter sometimes keeps us from getting our thinking accomplished or getting our purpose accomplished or achieved. All right, warrior one on the other side. Belly button towards the short side of the mat. Elbows are by those ears, or maybe you bend and roll pinkies in to keep good space between your shoulders and ears. Warrior one on this side of the body. Breathing. Let go of what you don't need. Work it so that you can be a receiver and accept those good things you do need. One bite at a time. One small step. One small step and another small step. All right. Palms together. Namaste hands. Elbow to knee. Roll into the twist. Again, welcome the wobble. That's you getting stronger. And take good deep breaths. If you feel sturdy and strong and want to extend the stretch where you reach down and reach up, you can also give that a try. Breath in, breath out. On your next breath, be really strong. And come back up and find that warrior one. All right, there we go. And for warrior one, we'll bow the warrior to humble warrior. So reach hands back, lower the chest, and humble your warrior. Breath in, breath out. From a strong place, feet are strong, legs are strong, tummy is strong, reach high, find warrior one, and then bring your feet together, lower hands by your side, and inhale, breathe the wings up, and exhale them down. Just put one foot in front of the other, soon you'll be walking across the floor. Just put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. It was from a Christmas special years and years ago. I don't know if you remember it was the miser, the guy that was all snow and ice and had to get him moving. And it was one step in front of the other. On our chair pose now, so have a seat. All right, lower hips. And we'll twist our chair. So palms together, elbow to opposite knee. Sink hips lower, keep breathing. Tall, hands flutter down, hands flutter up, sit in the chair, you got this, and prayer hands, sink the hips, and reach knee. Elbow and knee connect, rather. And keep breathing. You can do it. It's hard, but you can do hard things. The Lord strengthens his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. Psalm 29, verse 11. He's giving you the courage, the confidence, the ability to get her done. The perseverance. You can do it. All right. Breathe in. Reach high. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then take your feet wide on your mat for a wide-legged forward fold. So hands can be here at the hips and the forehead reach, or the crown of the head reaches out over the long side of the mat. And then reach up nice and tall, using the strength here in the core to get her done. Breath in and breath out. Tie. Breath in and out as you work. One more. Lower and lift. Make sure you're long in your spine. And this time we'll fold all the way, reaching down to a block or the ground. Taking your legs wider if you need to. Keep breathing. And then take a hand right under your nose as you reach the other hand high to the sky. Getting lots of twists in today to detoxify, a yoga wash, a chance to clean up from the inside out today. The hand that's high comes low, you make a tray, breath in and exhale, let it out. Alright, we'll repeat that a couple more times. Breath in, reach. Breath out, fold. Breath in, reach. Breath out, fold. Breath in, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Alright, hands to the waist and the hips here, and then breathe in, and from a strong place, reach high with your body. Slow, you've been upside down. And then walk your feet together, and we'll set up for eagle pose. Alright, with eagle pose, remember one foot grinds into the earth, right? On the other foot is going to wrap and kickstand, or some people can double wrap and balance and bend and sink hips. Find what feels right for you. I'm going to prop myself up here today. The arm that's on top, the leg that's on top becomes the arm that's on the bottom, right? You part the other arm in that elbow crease, hands back to back or wrapped. Or if that doesn't feel good in your body and you just want to do arms together, that'll work too. All right? Arms go up, hips go down, and you work your eagle. Unfurl and curl and wrap and extend and stretch. Breathe in and out. And we'll work eagle pose on the other side. So ground that foot, find a good way for it to connect, right? And then work the other leg around, kickstand or double wrap, whatever feels right. The leg that on top becomes the arm that's on the bottom. It becomes the nest, I think, for this is kind of like the egg or the bird sitting in the nest. Hands back to back or wrapped again, or just simply side by side works too. All right, arms up and elbows up and hips down, knees bend, and work eagle on this side of the body. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Relax your shoulders, smile on your face. And then unfurl and curl. Breathe the wings up. And breathe the wings down. And one more breath in. And one more breath out. Okay, from here we're going to come down to the mat and we're going to work our frog pose. So frog pose is also called the yogi squat, a malasana pose. So you're going to bend your knees and sink your hips and maybe even help yourself down. If you would like to, you can put a yoga block underneath your bum if that helps you work this posture in a better way. We're going to try to take the palms together, thumbs to the heart. Frog pose, malasana. Continue to breathe. Alright, from the frog pose, we're going to twist the frog. So we're going to take a hand in front of us as the other hand reaches high, and maybe you even come up on your tootsie toes a little bit with this twist and stretch. Continue to breathe. The hand that's high comes low, the low hand goes high as you twist your frog in the opposite direction. Keep breathing. Sometimes I find that I'm holding my breath when I'm trying something new or different. And you need the breath to do the hard things, so make sure you access it. It's free. It doesn't take up a lot of space or need a lot of practice. You just air in and air out deeply. You need no special equipment or accessories for the most part. Alright, the hand that's high comes low. And we will rock back on your bum and hold your knees here together and give your legs a little squeeze. Maybe your toes need a little stretch. Mine felt like they did. Alright, from here we will crisscross the legs and we will work some lion's breath. So lion's breath is a great cleansing kind of breath. Anything that's stuck up energetically inside of you, yogis say this releases it. A lot of times we say this is a good breath to do when you're angry. You can let go of that strong emotion. But the idea is air up your nose, air out your mouth with the tongue out, and even eyes can go towards the nose if you prefer. I'm going to do it this way, so sometimes that cross-eyed feeling makes me a little nauseous, so you play with it, whatever feels good to you. But the idea is to let the tongue out, the breath out, and let everything out inside of you. So breath in, and lion's breath. Kids like to get a roar in with the hands. If that helps you to get her done, do it. Breathe in. And one more lion's breath. Alright, and we will do a seated twist, often called, let's see, I can't remember what it's called. I will look at Mariasana. It's one of the Mariasanas, and I want to tell you it's Mariasana 3. Alright, I will look it up, make sure I get it right. But one leg is long and one leg extended. And there are lots of ways to get this done. And this is one, you're nice and warm today. We've done a lot of twists, and so you set yourself up to have success with this. So if you'd like to get out your yoga strap or your towel or you know, anything you're using in that way, like your tie. But the idea is you can just reach around this knee and reach back and around. We've done that before. In fact, I think we did that in yoga in the session 1 in our series. But what about this today? Can you reach around, because you're nice and warm, and reach this hand around and see if they might meet today? Sitting up nice and tall and getting a twist and a shoulder stretch opportunity all in one. breath, unravel and untwist, all right? And then take your legs side by side and give a little jiggle jaggle. And then see if you can work your reverse slide, your reverse table, or if that doesn't feel good with the long legs, try it with the bent knees. Either way is a good strengthening posture. Alright, lower down and we're going to work that twist on the other side. So remember, you have options. The long-legged hand that arm can reach around. You can reach back around like this. Or you can try for this different variation. You can do things when you're warmer that you might not can do when you're not, but you never want to do too much. So just listen to your body and what it's telling you today. So with this, if you feel warm enough and feel flexy enough today, you're reaching back and around with the bent knee side, that hand, and then around and about and reaching. And again, you can reach towards that tie or towards that yoga strap and breathe in and grow tall on the inhale. And on the exhale, maybe you can get a smidge more to your twist. Just because you can flex in a certain way doesn't mean you should. A lot of times my joints are loose, and some people call that hypermobility. And I didn't really know that about myself as a child, and I would do crazy things. And now that I'm older, I realize that this is a good way to hurt yourself, right? Strength before stretch. So just because you can stretch or flex in a certain way, be thoughtful about what you're doing and make sure you're listening to your body and it is okay and not overdoing it. It's not always what it looks like. It is definitely what it feels like for you to really consider. So don't look at those people on the magazine covers and think, yeah, that's what's great, right? It's what's going on inside. A lot of people are acting and pretending, and that's definitely something we need to clean up and toss out. Alright, unfurl and curl, and wiggle waggle the hands, and then rock and roll yourself back into the pig and work that back. Alright, find your way to your back and work your happy baby. Reaching up on the outside of the hands, or maybe grabbing the thighs, or maybe you can reach the outside of the feet and then kick and roll your happy baby, whatever she may be or he may be calling for you today. Alright, feet land a little ways from the bum. We're going to set up for bridge posture. And so with bridge, we'll take our arms by our side body and we'll press into our elbows as we lift our hips. And we may even can reach fingers and interlace under the bum, roll up on our shoulders, and lift hips a little bit higher. Breathing in, breathing out. If you'd like to slide a yoga block underneath your bum, like underneath the sacrum, and just then lower the bum down to that and rest in the bridge, that's the restorative version, and very yummy for the body if you're done with this work and you're ready to do the resting process. Come on off of the shoulders, let the back lower down, roll the backbone down one at a time. If you're in the resting bridge, just stay right there. We're going to work one more bridge. So elbows beside the waist, and then press into the elbows and lift those hips. All right, reach under the bum, roll up under the shoulders. And breathe in and out. Don't forget to breathe, keep breathing. And then lower down, rocking off the shoulders, let the backbone come down one vertebrae at a time. Roll the hips down, the very last thing. And let your back body feel the whole solidity of the ground, right? Feel the solidness. And then roll the knees to the chest and rock and roll side to side. Take an ankle over a knee and pull, reach through and pull that thigh towards the body for a hip stretch. The leg that's crossed, if you keep that foot flexed, you'll feel that stretch a little more in that opposite hip. And then take the feet to the ground, swish the knees side to side for windshield wipers or ocean waves. And then take the opposite leg and cross it over the knee and then pull that leg towards the body for the hip stretch on this side. Again, flexing this foot that's crossed to get that good stretch in this hip. And feel it. And just because something is designed or maybe for many people feels a certain way, sometimes I've heard yogis say, well, I feel it here. And that's good to note. It's not to judge or to think you're different. It's just wherever you feel it, that's good stuff. The one thing you don't want to feel is pain. If anything, if it's ever sharp or hurtful, then don't do it. And we'll figure out how to modify it. And anytime you need help on that thought, just give me an email or a shout, give me a call, and we'll figure it out together. I'm getting really close to this yoga therapy adventure. I've been working on registering for classes and figuring out how to pay for things, and I'm very excited about hopefully being more educated on how to specifically help and meet a certain need that you have, yogi friends. So I appreciate those that share what's going on so we can puzzle it out together. All right, let go of this stretch. Again, wibble wobble, side to side. And then go ahead and let one leg be long and let the bent knee fall over to the long side of the mat. Arms can go out like you've crossed that capital letter T. And your gaze goes away from the knees as you feel the line spinal twist. Feel that stretch in your body. Yum, yummy, yummy. Grow tall with that leg and that knee. The leg that's bent stretches long. The leg that's long bends. And then you work that twist in the opposite direction. Gaze going away from the knee. You can even assist the knee if that helps to get more to the twist. And breathe. Let go of the twist, and then whatever movement you need, or if you're just ready to find your rest, You may definitely put your legs up against the wall. You may want to take feet wide and knees together. I'm going to sit up to tell you a story while you rest today, but you make yourself relaxed how you would like to be. I'm going to tell you the story of Clean Up Clara today. So maybe you would like to close your eyes. Let your breathing be easy. Feel your whole body as it relaxes. Nothing's working right now. The hard work is done. It's time for dessert. A good story about Clean Up Clara. Clean Up Clara lives just down the road. And she's a place where you can take all the things that you do not need anymore. And the wonderful thing about Clean Up Clara is she can take the chaos and the clutter and the trash that you bring in, and Clean Up Clara makes beautiful blankets and quilts from your clutter. Each piece of clutter, she magically transforms into a square on the quilt or to a piece of that blanket. And she makes something beautiful, something that can serve others, can keep others warm when they're cold, something that can bring warmth to the heart when someone gives it as a gift. But she does that, the raw materials for her work are from the trash that you share. She truly makes a treasure out of the trash you collect and discard. So you can rest easy knowing that the things that you clean up, they're going to a good purpose. And even lately I've heard that Clara has moved into making masks. And she makes masks from the clutter, out of scraps, raw materials of your cleanup process. The things that you don't need, the things that don't serve you anymore, well, they can be remade, repurposed, and they can transform to help others. So your cleanup process, it not only helps you, it helps others. And we know that when we help others, that helping is contagious, and that helping makes good chemicals happen in our brains, so that the world is a better, healthier, shinier place to be. Now sit quietly or lay and rest quietly as you think about Clean Up Clara and what you may give to her today. Invite movement back into your body with wiggles and shakes. Stretches and squeezes. Knowing anytime you need to rest, you can give yourself that gift. Taking your time. If you're laying out flat and want to roll to the side body and rest there for a breath or 3. Eventually making your way to that tall seated position. Inhale your arms out to the side now. Reach high to the sky. Press the palms together and exhale as you bring your thumbs to your heart. Today we treated you like you were a wash rag, all right? You were twisted and wrenched both ways, right? And we got rid of all the toxins. We got rid of a lot of sweat in the body. So make sure you hydrate well, yogis, today. And replace those things that you've lost, those things you don't need anymore, those things that are not serving you well with the things that you do. I hope you've enjoyed this practice. I thoroughly enjoyed this opportunity. Let's close with the breathing pattern we started off. Breath in and exhale. Breath in and exhale. And whether we do it with the breath in or out as we move through that sequence, it's all good. Breathing in, breathing out. Just make sure you are breathing in and breathing out. Once more, breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale, namaste.